Dun, 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 dun. Do, 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 do. Bang. Yo, 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 que lo que, guys. You're here with your hosts from Sportaches, K-Noon, Smokey, and the Bean.
Dímelo, dímelo.
Yo, what up?
But
Let's get it started. Good week one, and let's dive right into early MVP pick predictions after week one. Rob, get it started. What you got?
A little saucy, a little dicey.
starting
Don't
off,
want
starting
the
off crazy.
edge.
Starting off
I
crazy.
ain't going with your cookie cutter pick. This
Okay.
is Dak Prescott's year. You heard it here first. Him and the Cowboys look great against the best defense in the NFL, despite them losing their best cornerback. But I digress. Amari Cooper, CeeDee Lamb, they're both in line for a lot of work, especially Michael Gallup getting hurt. But yeah, that offense was looking pretty much unstoppable, even without Zach Martin, even without Ezekiel Elliott in the running game. They were able to just dissect the Tampa defense at will. So give me Dak Prescott for my early MVP pick.
Well, I mean that's more for dark horse. My pick is the one you bet the house, the crib, the car, the college tuition, all that. You put everything on my homes. I got you.
Oh, snap.
All of my homes numbers so far has been on par with the greats, yards, all that shit. Right?
He's breaking the record.
He's exactly. So I think by the time he's done, he's gonna have like the most MVP. What is it, like 8 right now? Is the record 7? I believe. I think Brady got 7.
Brady got like 4 or 3.
Yeah, he has 4 MVPs, 7 rings.
Got it, bro.
Running
We get it.
the
Sometimes he said you just gotta just throw deep. You know Tyreek gonna be there. He got the talent for that. Throw the house, everything you got, you can throw it on the MVP odds.
Well, I wouldn't do all of that, but
I would. Ken, what you got?
I love the enthusiasm and respect it highly, and I think that obviously that's the pick that if you got to go bet the house, you got to bet the crib, you got to go make that milli this year, go put it all on my homie because he's definitely playing with a vengeance and he's angry and he's coming back. And I respect that.
Terrible odds too.
Yeah, I know. Like, he's got to be like what the number
Well,
one.
I was just thinking to win a milli off that.
Peyton Manning got
he said he's been in the house and the college tuition and everything. So I'm assuming he's been at least $500,000. So that could be like that 1.5.
Yeah,
flip.
but that would be like to win 100K.
Peyton Manning got the most with 5, bro. I think Mahomes.
It's not that. Nah, for the MVP early odds, the odds in Vegas are probably really good. But anyway, I think that it's gonna go. I'm gonna go somewhere a little. It's gonna be a little dicey, a little hot take. I'm a hot boy, and
yo, don't bet on any of their picks, please.
I'm gonna go Aaron Rodgers. I'm gonna go Aaron Rodgers. They got Randall Cobb back.
Money.
The season is still young. The game they had a couple turnovers where it was like deflected off of receivers. Not bad. He's not. It's like water under the bridge. They're gonna get David Bakhtiari back. One of the best tackles in the game, and they posted on their stories The Last Dance. Devontae Adams and Aaron Rodgers did.
It is The Last Dance.
It's The Last Dance, and they're also going to give it all they got, and I believe in them. So, I'm messing with the boys.
Also, I mean, that's a good pick.
And Aaron Rodgers.
I mean, we kind of like talked about this earlier off camera. It was like most of their turnovers came off of like fumbles, like tip passes. You know what I mean? Like it's not like Rodgers was looking bad, even though they played bad as a team.
He was looking pretty bad.
Wasn't looking great.
He wasn't looking good.
But it wasn't all his fault, is what I'm trying to say. So I feel like once they start to be more cohesive, he's gonna flourish. But I wouldn't say MVP, but he's gonna be well. He'll do well.
So,
what's next?
Oh, you want to say something, Rob?
No, I was just saying right being mode.
All right,
What's
moving
next?
up next is let's go starts and sits. Rob Bean, get us started with this. Sorry, real fast.
What's the first?
Well, the first one is gonna be the Packers D versus Detroit. You know,
Offense.
yeah, the Detroit
Packers
offense.
off.
There's a
Packers
nice little
offense.
list right here.
Packers offense.
offense.
Okay, so I mean, I don't like saying this one because I got to bet against the guys here. But if you have Devontae Adams, Aaron Jones, or Aaron Rodgers, that's like a
Yeah, it's a must start this week.
yeah. There's no question on what should I. I mean, we seen that we let up. I believe it was like 40 points against the 49ers. So I'm gonna expect another high scoring game. We're not.
Yeah, no, the quick 40.
We're not too well outfitted on defense. Although Trey Flowers did force that fumble. Shout out.
Shout out to the only player on that defense.
Shout out. Home team.
Home team.
Who you got? Who's your starting sit for the week?
For sit, I'm gonna go Josh Jacobs and Kenyon Drake against this Pittsburgh defense. Top 3 defense in the league, just absolutely made the Bills look like child's play by themselves. Josh Jacobs, the volume isn't there, pretty ugly. He's splitting everything with Kenyon Drake at this point. The touchdowns probably aren't going to be there for him, but who knows with this Raiders offense? Maybe we see another surprise next week. But
I mean, yeah, they definitely exceeded expectations. So only really time could tell what happened. Kano, who's your starting sit, bro?
Well, my starting sit, bro. We're gonna go starting. Rob, you already talked. Did he touch on a start right there?
No,
he did sit.
He just said a sit. All right, so we're doing it like all right. Well, for me, I'm gonna say start. I'm gonna say New England defense versus the Jets. Obviously, the Jets offense has got a young rookie quarterback. They have a lot of mistakes. They still got that. Honestly, at this point, vomitably disgusting committee of running backs. It's just right now. I was honestly hoping that Michael Carter would be, steer the ship. But looking like they're going with Tevin Coleman for now. Early on,
don't forget Ty Johnson.
And Ty Johnson's in the mix. It's not a cute set. Hey, look, a former Lion, Ty Johnson. That's how you know. That's on his resume. He was a Lion running back. You're not that great guy.
Shut up.
You're not that guy.
You're not that guy. Like clearly, you're not that guy. And I'm the pass defense. I'm assuming that Mac Jones gets his first. Hey, if Mac Jones does not win this next game against the Jets, I'm gonna be talking on this show next week a whole lot of should have started Cam in the first 6 weeks, like I said. But that's for a later time. So, am I sit this week? I'm gonna go Clyde Edwards-Helaire against the Baltimore defense. I'm not sold on Clyde Edwards. I had him on last year in 2 fantasy leagues. I was a believer. And, he really bit me in the dust. 2 games last year of over 100 rushing yards. 3 games last year of over 70 yards, over 65 rushing yards. 3 games, 3 times last year. And he had plenty of games where in almost all the games, he had double-digit carries. I don't know what it is. Maybe they just don't like some, rush block or whatever, but run block, but and he's getting better though. It's obviously sophomore year, and he's getting the catching game in there, so it's optimistic. But I'm gonna sit him against Baltimore this week.
Okay. My sit would probably be Kevin Ridley versus Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay has probably one of the best defenses in the league. Their front 7 is ridiculous. So I wouldn't, and I think this isn't Matt Ryan's best year. He's definitely over the hill. Going up against this defense, I don't like how he's gonna look. I don't like how his pass protection looked last week, so I don't know what I'm expecting.
Honestly, if I gotta say, I think that was one of the worst takes of all time. I'm gonna keep it honest with you, keep it a buck with you. Lockett and DK Metcalf. I mean, no. What was it? Who these guys just played? They just played the Cowboys and CeeDee Lamb. It was another dude. CeeDee Lamb and Cooper just went ballistic.
They're playing.
I know, but I'm saying CeeDee Lamb and Cooper went ballistic against the Buccaneers. To think that Ridley alone will I think Ridley's going to have a hell of a game. Hell of a game. I say 100 yards and a score.
But the rest of the Falcons,
he's gonna be struggling.
You're not looking forward to starting.
Yeah, if you're starting, if you took Mike Davis and he's one of your top 3 running backs, I know you're sweating right now. Sweating.
You're not starting Kyle Pitts either. Matt Ryan, are you even owning him?
Oh, I hope that Kyle Pitts thing isn't wrong. I have Kyle Pitts. Don't say that. He's got 8 targets last game. 6 targets. He's got it. All
right. I'm gonna give you a start and a sit. I'm gonna just stay in the Buccaneers game. Brady is a start against Atlanta.
He's a start every week for right now.
Yeah, he lit up the Cowboys. That's not really saying too much, but this Atlanta defense might be a step down from that Cowboys defense, to be honest.
And I feel like Tampa's offense they could be like a step more together, having that first game out the way. Like they run game might be more.
They're not gonna have those misnomers, those weird turnovers off the receivers.
Fumbles,
Yeah, and for my sit, I'm gonna go McLaurin against the Giants. They have James Bradbury shadowing him. James Bradbury was one of the best cornerbacks in the league last year, especially man coverage. They also brought in Adoree Jackson, so they have 2 stout cornerbacks. It's a pretty decent front 7, pretty decent defense all around. So Taylor Heineke, I don't trust him to get Terry McLaurin the ball next week.
Facts. Can you want me to go real quick? Or
yeah.
Another must start. Tyler Lockett, DK Metcalf. I'm sorry, against Tennessee. Tennessee just got like bulldozed last week. Their defense ain't looking too hot. Lockett played really well. I think he had like a super deep reception too.
It was like a 60-yarder.
Yeah, they have 2 guys who could blow the top over, and Russell Wilson, who always starts the year amazingly, always starts the year in MVP talks. He's probably a top 5 quarterback. So that's like a no-brainer for like everybody. Seattle receivers is a start.
I'll leave it off with the one start, one sit. We haven't touched upon yet. I'm gonna go starting the G Harris against the Raiders. I think their team is gonna be. I mean, they couldn't tackle Lamar, so it's a good chance that you're gonna see the G Harris be able to have that breakout. It's not easy. He's not in there pushing up. And the G Harris is a power back who's also gonna make it very difficult for them if they give him enough carries. I think
the Raiders are way better offensively than defensively. Like,
of course, that goes.
What I mean,
saying the Lions are good at.
What I mean, all their games are gonna be high scoring games. Like it's not, you know what I mean. You're not gonna get those drag out 14-point wins.
The thing is that you can't score a lot of points against that
Steelers defense. Yeah, it's not like this.
I know, but
it's not that hurt Ravens D. Let's see though. If Derek Carr throws 56 throws again, anything is not possible. You give him that many throws, bro. He's a bad.
Maybe Derek Carr should have been somebody's MVP pick.
I was honestly considering it. Look, if I have to throw that, he's my dark horse. Derek Carr, dude. If they just gonna let him do whatever he wants.
Bro, but if they do 56, by the end of the year, he's gonna burn out. Like, if his usage rate,
he's out. Derek Carr.
Obviously, he's not gonna.
Derek Carr. He's the toughest guy in the league.
Obviously, he's not gonna throw 50. He's not gonna throw 50. He's not gonna throw 50 attempts a game, but you know what I mean. He's gonna
like 35 every game, probably.
Yeah, if you're in the 30s,
that's
game,
great.
You're gonna burn out.
That's great though. 35. If you're getting 30 plus,
we kind of seen that last year with the Steelers.
Quarterback isn't really like a usage position, I think.
I don't know, bro.
Unless you're throwing it 50 times a week, then
which not many are. But all right, but before we leave this topic, my last sit Saquon Barkley against Washington. If Eckler couldn't get it going against Washington, there's a way lesser chance of Barkley in the situation that he is, honestly, with the team, with Daniel Jones. I'm assuming
that Eckler might have been playing hurt too.
He was. And he didn't get a reception. It was a little, but like I could imagine like they're gonna be throwing the ball from being down. I could imagine like maybe 2 Daniel Jones turnovers, a fumble, and an interception for sure.
What do you mean one?
I was gonna say at least 2.
There's no way he only turns it over once.
I said at least, yeah. I want to say, I honestly want to say fumbles. I hope he doesn't fumble twice. If he fumbles twice, they gonna go get Cam. Like they're gonna go sign Cam. If you fumble the ball twice after this,
Cam needs a job. He could start on like 2-3 teams.
We all know those divisional games mean a little bit more.
Yeah, like, facts. So Washington not trying to lose this game either.
Nah, no way.
Especially like with the Cowboys and like the Eagles played well. This is like a must win.
And also after that heartbreaker last week against the Chargers.
Yeah. This is definitely a must win for them. So, Kenu, you might be onto something.
And we're back. So the next segment we're going to get on is buy and sell trade targets after the week 1. So, get us started. Who do you got on your buy list week 1?
First of a big buy I'm looking for is Aaron Jones. He was a pretty high draft pick for a lot of people. He probably had the Packers. He went 8th in our league. The Packers probably had him as that. I want to say that's the worst performance they could probably put out. They already had it. Like you don't go. You're not.
What do you mean? That's probably.
They could have got shut out. They could have got shut out. But
no, they couldn't have. That would be crazy. I can't believe they would put up whatever. It's not matter.
But as I was saying, Aaron Rodgers is gonna pick up his play.
Like 3 more than 0.
Like you mentioned earlier on the show, he said one last dance. Like they're gonna give it all this year with the GOAT back there. So I'm assuming as the offense progresses and as when they get Bakhtiari back, his production is gonna move up. Football is one of the sports where, like, if as the team goes, the numbers get better. So as the Packers progress, he'll fall back into place. He was great. He's not going to be like what he was, but he's going to be solid. Kano, what you got?
Be wary of AJ Dillon. He's coming for that motherfucking job. Aaron
Jones. Not yet. Yeah. Bye.
He has those tree trunk legs, those thick thighs. He's gonna steal goal line carries for sure. If you could count on him.
How much money you want to make a bet on above or under 6 touchdowns for AJ Dillon this year? I'll take the over. I'll take the under every single day of the year. What's up? How much you want to put on that?
You know, if Aaron Jones gets hurt, that's free money.
I know, but
he ain't too confident. He ain't too confident.
AJ Jones is barring AJ being healthy though. He said he's gonna take the job. He said he's gonna take the job, so it shouldn't matter.
I didn't say he's gonna take the job, but
he's coming.
He's coming for that neck.
He's next up.
So I'll start off with the buys. All right, my first buy is some player who this is how you know I actually went out there and I got him in fantasy. I was about to say free agency.
You did say
that. Julio Jones. Julio Jones is a guy that after, Chandler Jones decimated and destroyed all the hearts of all the fans in Tennessee. A lot of people were a little weary about like, damn, I thought that 2-headed dragon we were about to have was about to,
What's that old lineman's name? He definitely killed his confidence.
Lewin,
he just
Taylor Lewin. Yeah.
Yeah, welcome to the NFL, bro.
Bro, he's like a
welcome to the NFL. He's a 3-time Pro Bowler. He's coming
like off 33. Like, yeah, he just came off a torn ACL. He
was talking like a rook on Twitter. He's like, yo, bro, I gotta get back. Like,
he's like, nah, you exposed me.
Yeah, because he tore his ACL.
He a real one. He a real one. That's why. He a dog.
He took that.
He took it on the chin.
I could never.
I know you couldn't. That's what it takes to be a real man. You gotta step up and step your losses.
All right, but back to the topic though. Julio Jones.
He's gonna be back. He's gonna be good. Derrick Henry's obviously gonna get it going. So are you selling Derrick Henry already too? Like, come on, you're gonna be fine. The offense is gonna be putting up huge points. It's just a matter of.
This is what you get rewarded for doing your homework. You watch, you learn, and then you go execute the trades outside.
Yeah, so go go out there, go look for Julio, buy him.
Yeah, throw some bad offers, see what's stick. Just do what you got to do.
Feelers, he's gonna develop the chemistry with Ryan. He's gonna develop chemistry with Ryan Tannehill.
Also, as Derrick Henry gets going, the play action pass is gonna open up. They have him and AJ Brown, so that's like a super tough cover. You got to let something go.
Yeah, you're gonna have to pick your poison with that defense. I mean, as a defense against that offense. But my buy. It's my guy, and the guy that I own, the guy that I drafted 5th overall, Ezekiel Elliott. They get Zach Martin back. This isn't too complicated. They were playing against Tampa last week. He didn't get to like rush the ball basically at all. This is a top 5 offense. As long as Dak Prescott is healthy, there's no reason. There's gonna be points scored, and Ezekiel Elliott is going to be scoring a lot of points for fantasy owners. So if you can get him for a discounted price, if in your league, your fantasy league, if the Elliott owner in that league is looking a little shaky right now, you should pounce on that.
So another. So I mean, I'm gonna just go straight back. I'm gonna go to the sells and then we'll come back to the buy. But for a sell, I think my first one is gonna be Melvin Gordon. He played well, but a bulk of his points came off for like a 75-yard touchdown. So like the casual fan who doesn't really watch football, who just checks the stats, like the casual fantasy player is probably gonna think of him super highly and probably pay a lot for him. So you could definitely throw him in there and see if you could get like a way better player back, because I don't think he's going to sustain that level of play for the whole season. Like he played the Giants, that was pretty much a cakewalk as it is. Like they're not the best defense in the world, so I'm pretty sure his numbers are going to go down. So get what you want, get what you can from him now before it drops. Kano, who you trying to sell?
My first sell would probably be Jalen Waddle. Obviously, he's a great player, great prospect, huge prospect. Probably, he has all-pro indications, obviously, first rounder. But obviously, Devontae Parker targeted him, and Will Fuller's coming back from suspension, so that should be a no-brainer. Once you pay out the money, we've seen with the Kenyon Drakes, when they shot the money, they plan to use you unless you're Taysom Hill. But most of the time, they're gonna want to use those players, and I'm assuming that Fuller is going to be the second receiver that they got to be that lead guy to, help my man's Tua. Like, it's all for Tua. But Waddle should still get some. But no, you got to sell Waddle. You got to sell Waddle if you can get a good receiver back for him, honestly, or anything.
Yeah, if you get any value back,
your fantasy
you have to upsell to your advantage.
Your fantasy league mates.
His value is probably going to be a lot lower than this point.
Yeah, myself for this week. Adam Thielen. I don't give a crap about you, Kevin, or your feelings. All right. Justin Jefferson, still the number 1 receiver. I don't think that's going to change this season.
For the league up last year.
Yeah, Thielen 2 touchdown game. You can sell the point of he has had these double-digit touchdown years. So you can use that as a selling point with Adam Thielen.
Kirk Cousins loves him some Thielen.
He has been a touchdown machine. I do expect some regression. Irv Smith is coming back eventually. He's not out for the year or 2. So that's another player that could take some targets and some touchdowns away from Thielen. My advice is to sell high right now while you can still get premium value for him.
Okay. My next buy is probably like a shouldn't have to be said, but there's a lot of people out there who overreact first week. Clyde Edwards-Helaire, I want to say he's in a system where you could put not all running backs, but you could put a lot of guys in and they'll be successful just playing. Like the Chiefs are going to be up a lot.
Near anybody, I couldn't.
Okay. But
okay.
I don't even know what to say to that. But it's like the Andy Reid offense, like they do throw the ball a lot, but they do score a lot of points. So at the end of the game management, you just gotta hand the ball off. Like he's gonna do well. They played the Browns, which has a pretty good front line. So that game was more like a one-off than what he's gonna be like for the rest of the year. He was drafted pretty high, and I'm pretty sure like most people aren't wrong. So
he was the first rounder,
and he sucked last year too. Yeah.
If a lot of people are overreacting, like yo, it's the Browns, like they don't realize how good the Browns defense actually was, and they're trying to get rid of him, I would definitely scoop him up, especially if you could get him for cheap.
Yeah, if you can get him for like Gaskins straight up, maybe.
Like you tried me this morning with McCaffrey.
Like for Singletary and like DJ Shark, maybe.
You tried all of those for McCaffrey this morning, bro. They ain't gonna hit.
Dude, like if you could trade,
Kevin's trade
Sell out
strategy is you accept by accident.
Dude, these are the offers that people are sending me, and I'm just like putting out feelers. Because I know that he doesn't do trades, so I'm just trying to see what he's trying to say. Like, I'm like, dude, I was offering Derrick Henry and somebody for McCaffrey. Like, that was the number 1 player for the number 2 player, and he's like, nah. Like, he's not even entertaining it.
I want a McCaffrey.
Oh,
McCaffrey special.
too.
You need a team.
Me?
You
I
need
put
a
a 130 this week, buddy.
so did I. Oh, you need a team. You still need a team, guy.
Hey,
You got
big
lucky.
guns over here.
I'm about to be 2-0, bro. Shirai, you better.
That was the first time he ever put up 130.
That's the first time he ever started a season 1-0.
Can y'all relax? I've a couple years back. I had the record for most points scored in the league until somebody broke it. But I had like 145 one year, some shit like that.
That's not that much.
Okay, who y'all buying again?
Is it at me? Back to me, right?
Yeah.
My second buy is gonna be Najee Harris. I'm gonna go buy low on Najee after a bad game. You know, they're up against the Bills, and he's a good player who they're giving him the volume. He's like baby Henry in my mind, and he should be that guy. So I'm gonna buy low on him for sure. In any league you can get him.
Yeah, he saw like I think 98% of the snaps, or it was 98 or 90%. Like 90% of the what's it called? It might have been 98% of the touches and 90% of the snaps. But yeah, my buy for this week. Scary Terry McLaurin should be on your radar, but I'm going to go piggyback off Melvin Gordon off Vroom. I'm gonna go Javonte Williams. I do expect them to make the shift as the season progresses. I think he's the more talented running back of the pair. Melvin Gordon does have a little bit of an injury history as well. And Javonte Williams, his prospect, his combine prospect grade was pretty elite. He posted elusiveness and agility ratings close to like Alvin Kamara, I believe. So like when you're in that percentile of elusiveness and making guys miss, you're gonna find success in this league.
I mean, yeah, yeah. I'm gonna stay on theme with you for my next sell. He's actually running back too, but he saw a majority of the touches last week. And that's Mark Ingram. What did he have? He had 85 yards on a touchdown on like I think 26 carries, which was like a bulk for the game. I don't think his production is going to be like that, or he's not going to be featured as much for the rest of the season. This is probably the highest point that he would have. So if you do own him, this now would be the time to sell him, throw him in a trade, see if you can get some actual value back, because he might just waste away on the bench.
Pick him up off waivers.
Yeah, This was a good guy to pick up off waivers to throw in a package, because he might just waste away on the bench.
Yeah, you can talk him up. 26. Dude, he had 26 carries.
Yeah, you got to do like what Kevin does. Like, yo, bro, he's so good.
And then you could just do what Bean does and just close your ears and close your phone and hide.
Hell yeah!
Unless
and then miss the playoffs by like 5 games.
unless the Texans were playing the Jaguars 17 weeks a year, I wouldn't want anything to do with Mark Ingram, honestly. But they did get up big. They did have a lead. They were able to hold it, and Mark Ingram saw the bulk of the carries because he's probably the best in between run. I mean, they do have Phillip Lindsay, but as far as bang it out, give me the 4 or 5 yards every play, Mark Ingram is pretty much that guy.
Yeah, like a little wrecking ball. You just go, get hit, get back up, go again.
Wear the defense out.
Yeah, and he's pretty up there in age too. So I wouldn't like expect him to be featured 26 carries a week.
It's a pretty tough committee.
Yeah. Who you got selling? Kano?
My last sell is going to be Josh Jacobs. He had a good game, 2 touchdowns, and honestly, that's probably like, obviously those 30 yards is not his ceiling, but like to have a good game like that, and then after that game, you get to see that the production, the splits are pretty a little bit more devastating than the people who drafted Jacobs so much higher than Drake would want. You know, you got Drake so many rounds later, and he's getting and he's getting a bunch of bunch of catches, and he's getting some carries, and he's taking a good chunk of the production away. So you can sell Jacobs for a good price right now and go get you a reliable every down back, you know?
I mean, I agree with that. That's similar to what we saw with the Taysom Hill situation. What you just mentioned, like they paid. That was the Taysom Hill. You said was the only guy you paid that you don't use. Well, they paid Kenny Drake, so they're gonna get their money's worth.
Agreed. And sorry, Kevin, I'm going with another guy that you roster, and have faith in. I'm going up against Brandon Cooks. I think he's a sell. He had a big week 1. Unless Watson comes back, I don't see him continuing this kind of production. He pretty much is the only receiver there, but this offense just stinks so much. Tyrod Taylor is just not a great quarterback. He never peaked over like 3,200 yards. I think it was like during a whole season in 3 years as a starter. Never threw 25 touchdowns. It's just hard to find. It's just hard to find a lot of value in this Texans offense, and I would rather just avoid it altogether.
I'm with you on that one.
No, I disagree completely.
Like they're not gonna be playing like how they played last week every day because their matchups aren't like that coming for the rest of the week. For the rest of the season, actually, they have the Browns.
They're not playing Jacksonville 17 weeks a year.
They have still a wide receiver 3, and he's the only fantasy player in that whole team you should have rostered.
Well, we understand. I understand that, but they have a pretty tough schedule this year. They play just a couple of teams. They play the Browns, the Bills, the Colts, the Cardinals,
Those suck.
The Rams as well, the Panthers.
Panthers suck.
Yeah,
Rams suck.
That's not really too crazy.
The Rams don't suck.
Nigga said the Rams suck. Jalen Ramsey's gonna put Brandon Cooks in a box.
Yeah.
Brandon Cooks was a Ram. Brandon Cooks was cooking that man in practice all day and tomorrow. Brandon Cooks is like a 1,000-yard man.
At the same time.
Yeah, they were. I'm pretty sure they were. No way.
I don't think so either. This thing
it might have been for like half a season.
Jalen Ramsey.
I think it was.
Jalen Ramsey was on the Jags at the time. But is that it?
Wait, was it? Nah, I don't think so. I'm about to check.
We can wrap it up.
But that's about it.
He's Googling if they were playing at the same time, but
they did. Haha, I knew it. They were on the same team. 2019.
Probably cooked him like in one practice.
So that means cooked him all day. All day.
Never cooked them.
And they had Marcus Peters. He was locked. He was. How come he can't? How come he can't get?
In practice.
I bet you don't want to bet money against the fact that he gets 1,000 yards this year. I guarantee you don't want to put money that he doesn't. Right.
I mean, they had like
nobody wants to put money on it. That's like, yo, man, that's wide receiver 3 numbers though. That's good.
Yo, but you have to realize Ramsey gonna know the move. Ramsey can watch him. Ramsey watch him in practice, bro. Ramsey gonna know the moves now. He's seen him in practice. He knows.
Yeah, because the Rams offense and the Texas offense is so similar.
Yeah, but your route tree don't really change that much. You could only like
whatever, but like it's not like he's gonna know like what he's gonna be running. They're calling out plays and using 17 different trick words. We're
gonna see how legit Houston is after next week.
Yeah, facts. I believe in Tyrod Taylor. I don't think he's a bad running quarterback at all.
He's not.
I think he's a bad starting quarterback.
I do not think that at all. If you can take your team to the playoffs.
Tyrod Taylor or Cam Newton?
Cam Newton.
Come on now.
Then.
Cam Newton's not on a bad
Cam Newton's a good quarterback.
Who has the job?
But Taylor has been on that team. You gotta take that into consideration. If you've been on the team for more than a year, you've been seeing. I'd rather
Kyle Allen. I'd rather Kyle Allen.
There's a reason Jameis Winston didn't just become a starter after he threw like for 35 touchdowns. Sometimes you got to sit a couple years in the offense and learn.
Yo,
I think Taysom Hill can throw a football better than Tyrod Taylor.
Easy.
Maybe. I'm not going to disagree with that. I'm not going to disagree with that one. That could be true.
All right, we'll see.
I would rather take some Hill for that Texas offense for sure right now.
Taysom Hill gonna be catching the ball in the backfield and doing some other shit. He ain't gonna be throwing it.
Catching in the back.
Catching in the backfield, trying to make guys miss.
All right,
Know what I
wrap
mean?
us up.
All right, let's wrap it up, guys. That's all from your host here at Sportaches, K Noon Smoking the Bean. Stay healthy, stay blessed.
Oh yeah, IG, Twitter at Sportaches. Stay engaged.
Like,
Look out for new
comment.
episodes.
Yeah.
Like, comment, subscribe.
Like, comment,
Yeah.
subscribe.
Also, let us know if some of these moves worked for you. If the starter sit worked for you. If the buy and trade.
Send us your teams. Submit your teams if you want them to be reviewed.
Yeah,
Yeah,
at
facts.
Twitter. We'll review your team live.
We got that
on the
coming
show.
up. We got that coming up.
On Twitter, on IG, in the comments, wherever. Just
But
let
until
us know.
until we see y'all, stay well. Hopefully, y'all go 2-0 next week. Unless you're in our league, then it's whatever. Yeah, y'all could lose. Also, if you're in our league, don't follow this advice we gave you. Just
Yeah, we're just
negate all
talking
of that.
gibberish right now. Don't even listen at all. If you have any of the
Yeah.
players that we said us buy and stuff like that, don't worry. They're trash. Don't worry. You can sell them for low.
Yeah, well, but until next time, we'll see y'all.
Peace out.
Peace.
Just